What's up, everybody? Somebody here bringing you an Adamancipator Prank Kid Master Duel deck list. I just reached Platinum 1 with this. It took a minute, but I had to edit the deck a bit. I did post a deck list, it was about a week ago when the game first dropped. The meta on this is totally different than it is in the TCG. I know the TCG ban list just dropped too for February 2022, but we're not playing on that, so this is the list that I used. I actually really like it. It's not as fun, it's not as combo-y, maybe. You can still do the combos, but you had to cut out a lot of pieces, a lot of extenders, and add, of course, UCC. It's a 42-card deck, which I'm not a huge fan of with Adamancipators. Obviously, you want to be able to excavate rocks, but I haven't had too much problems with it. I also get terrible luck on this. I always end up going second. If you go first, you basically always win. Even like one Ash. The only thing is like Max C. Even then, you can take the Max C challenge. So we'll go into it here. Of course, triple Max C is legal in the OCG. It's dumb. This card's terrible. I hate it. It was terrible to play against. It's amazing. It should not be in the game though. But you gotta run 3. Like I said, it was 42. I had to cut some cards, and Doki Doki is usually the one I cut, just because it's good, but not as good, so it's fine at 2. Excuse me. They have this organized weird, so we're gonna go in the order they have it. The one dropsies, of course, and we got the Seeker, the Researcher. You need this stuff. Okay, Quackimiro Guardian. This is a card that I actually have a love-hate relationship with because it's great. Like, it stops Nibiru, stops Ash, stops Maxi, stops the hand traps. You can excavate it mid-combo, or like at the start of your combo even, and that's great. But it's just not. It just sometimes sits in your hand, doesn't have any special summon effects or anything like that. So it's not an extender, and it's not a combo piece necessarily. It just protects you from hand traps, which is, I mean, it's won me games. It's stopped Nibiru. It's great. We got the 2 Revival Golem, which goes with the Miracle Rupture and the Foolish. Summons himself. I do want some speed. You could do the Unexpected Die package, because it gives you 3 die if you're starting up a Master Duel, and the normal monsters for that aren't that hard. But I don't know, dies once per turn. I don't know. And it's a 5-card package. This is a 4-card package. I was running Black Dragon. You'll see Black Dragon is not in here. I just had to cut it. I'm not used to playing with Black Dragon. It's been banned for a year in the TCG. I just don't need it. It's great though. The card's great. It's even better with Revival Golem because you can run 2 Miracle Rupture and the Foolish, and Foolish the Black Dragon because it activates in the grave. But you could also play like Plague Spreader or Destrudo's now unbanned, and it's unbanned on here as well. But I like it. The Prank Kids engine is what makes this deck great, in my opinion, when I discovered it. Or not that I discovered it, but when somebody told me about it, I had to try it out, and it's just great. It's hard to explain, but first of all, it's a rock, and it gives you the Link 1, the Miamu. Basically, you end up with a free Link 2 whenever you have Roxys. Like, if you activate Roxys and summon it, you go the Miamu, you do the whole thing, it cycles your hand a little bit, you draw some cards within your deck a little bit, but you get the free Doodle Doo. You end up on Doodle Doo and Roxy's just for free, basically. And Doodle Doo is a Link 2, 2000 attack. It's great equipment for Borreload Savage. If you watch some of the videos I've done, I always put it on Borreload Savage. Analyzer. You gotta run all the 9 Adamancipators, 3 each. Supplier. Another card I have a love-hate relationship with. It does summon itself, which is great. Searches the Quackimiro when it's summoned, so not too bad. Ekprillo Exceed. This card's amazing. Anytime you're running like a combo deck that Link summons, there's no reason not to run it. Okay, so on here, there's so many traps. I'm so tired of it. People with back row, people with hand traps. You have to play for like everything. You have to play for combo decks. You have to play for hand traps, and you have to play for back row. In the TCG, most people don't play back row, so it's not as much of a problem. You just have to worry about the other two. But in this, it's just super annoying. I really can't stand it. So Feather Duster, the Reed, Twin Twisters. I was just so sick of back row. I'm tired of it. It's got 2 Chalice. I don't have Dark Ruler no more on here. If I did, then I'd probably run that instead. But Chalice is good too. Or drop it. We got 2 Call By, set 2. I mean, it's dumb. This card is dirty. I always have it. Stops the Ashes. If you do this, you basically don't win. And I hate to run all this stuff. I mean, we got the Maxi, the Feather Duster, the Chalice, the Twin Twisters, the Call By. I don't usually put this stuff in the deck, but I kind of had to. I was just so tired of running into this stuff, not having outs or anything. And then the 3 Signs is great, best card in the deck. I'd say it's the best card. If you have this in your hand, you know your combo's gonna be nuts. Extra deck, 1 Million Knight. Million Knight's good. You don't usually go into it, but it's good. You want to have it, just in case. 2 Raptite. Can't really do anything without Raptite, so want to run it at 2. Got the Crystal Wing, of course. You only make him if you're trying to just win more. Sometimes you keep him in the extra deck in case your board gets wiped. Then you can sign as the Raptite. Hopefully, then you can do something and make a Crystal Wing and win the game. Usually, though, you want to end on Borreload, Dragite. These 2 are great. And then Appaloosa. That's like, if you can do that, that's pretty standard that you do that. Maybe like 60 or 70% of the time. Look, I don't have every card that I usually play on here. So I just put the Kachi Kochi in here and the M7. You're not going to ever make these 2. This should be a Dweller, and this should probably be another Dragite. That's how I run it in real life. Gallant Grant is great, though. Salamander Great, All Mirage. I wanted to explain why this is in here. It's because you have a lot of... It's because of Parallel Xyz. So you have like Doki Doki. I mean, you can even normal summon Maxi. What else is in like the Dropsies? Depends on the build. Sometimes the build, in other builds, like if you use the Crystal Dragite, the main deck one, it's good. But you can, if you have like a dead hand, and you can normal summon, make All Mirage, use the Parallel Xyz, you can get the Gallant Granite and start doing your thing. Miamu, Doodle-Doo, Needle Fiber, or Halka Fiber Axe, and Bullet Sword. I did have access code, but I sold it. So I've been using Bullet Sword. I actually think I like Bullet Sword more for OTKs, but it's up to you. So this is the deck. I went on a 6-game win streak with this from Plat 2 to Plat 1. So I like it for this, for Master Duel. If you're going to play this in the TCG, obviously you only have 1 Called By and no Maxi, so yeah. But this is the deck 42. Like I said, not my favorite. Sometimes I really hate whiffing on excavates for Adamancipators. Like you excavate, you get no rocks. That's terrible. But it happens. But because of the other cards you're running, it's not as bad. Like you have the Maxi, you have the Called By. It's like, okay, well, if like normally if you get the Researcher and you excavate and you whiff, like that's dead. Like you're done. But because you have stuff like the Twin Twisters and the Chalice and the Maxi and the Called By, you can maybe prevent some of that shenanigans. So at least like, okay, I can normal summon this Researcher. I don't have any extenders, but at least I have protection from spells, traps, hand traps, monster effects. So this is like a highly competitive version. I'd say I really hate running all this extra stuff in there, and I like Block Dragon, so not running it kind of sucks. But anyway, I think I covered just about everything. This deck is great. Is it the best deck right now? I don't know. On Master Duel, it's pretty good. It's great in the OCG. Try it out. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.